get more on that, the markets had done very well on close. Joseph Busha is the MD of J.M. Busha Investment Group. He joins us now to take a closer look at the market movement. Joseph, I mean, like we said, an interesting day for the all-share, all in green. And it's interesting, once again, you have those miners doing well. I suppose investors are still racing into equities. Is this an international story here?
No, certainly. I think if you look at it for the past few days, the resource stocks have come up. The momentum is on the upside. The JSE is up about 2.5% for the past 7 days, about 1.5% for the past 1 month. And this has really been coming through the mining stocks, as you said. On average, Anglo American is up about 12%. Amplats is up about 15% since 7 October. So we've had a very good run over the last 7 days. And this is really just driven by the miners that took a little bit of a betting in September. So it's nice recovery, but this is also supported by SASO. I think SASO touching above 300 Rand per share last week after touching about 22 Rand per share, pre-COVID. So there has been a massive recovery. And SASO might be taking advantage of the energy crisis or fears about the energy crisis in Europe and the gas in Qatar. You saw Nord Stream 2, which is a gas pipeline that connects Russia directly to Germany through the Baltic Sea, which is obviously not open, still waiting for the EU permits. But I think, just the fear about energy, we saw trucks and people hoarding fuel a month ago in the UK. That has been propping up the markets.
Okay, I want to just take a closer look into one share in particular, PPC Cement, up just under 9% today. Interesting story behind this. We have the Treasury telling government departments and putting a circular out that, according to procurement laws, it should be using local cement. And what did that do? It pushed the price, or the share price of PPC Cement up. That's an interesting one, isn't it, Joseph?
Very interesting. This was one of the darling, obviously, in its sector, a dominant player in its sector, before the share price collapsed from about 40 Rand to basically a penny stock. It was trading at just around 5 Rand per share. Now, 9 Rand, that's a massive move. And I think this is very good, obviously, for local producers and supporting the local economy. And there was really massive pressures from imports that has been flooding. I can just say SADC or Africa in particular. And this has really had massive effect and negative impact on investors in PPC. They tried to raise capital. They were debt laden. And certainly, I think this is very good news for them, and they might be hopefully on the path to recovery into double digits.
Yeah, certainly the local market as well. Very quickly, before I let you go, the Rand is back under 15 Rand to the US dollar. What's your take on where the local currency is going this week?
Well, 14.98, 97, just below the 15 Rands to the US dollar mark. The expectation is that, it might certainly come to about 14.75, 14.50 by year end. But this really depends on what the Reserve Bank does when it reviews its interest rates in November. There is a feeling that they might want to hike the rates a little bit to be ahead of the curve when the US starting the hiking cycle. So we think it will strengthen over the last week. When it's the weekend, it was really due to the dollar strengthening, given the fact that the US was talking about cutting its tapering or bond buying, which was supporting or positive for the dollar. But certainly, I think the Rand could strengthen a little bit, 14.75, and it will give us a breathing space for the time being.
All right, thanks very much indeed, Joseph Busha there from J.M. Busha Investment Groups. All right.